So what I mean with this is that when you combine stitches, it will join all colors that appear side by side here. So all these ultraviolets, if I hit Control J, they'll get joined into one. So now I have no placement stitch, I have no tack down stitch, it just goes straight to the set. Well, I mean, they'll do it, but it all happens in one process. So I would undo that by pressing Control Z. So to stop this, you just change one of those thread colors, usually in the middle. But I mean, then you can go through and you can see what thread colors are where, and you can see how they relate. So this blue is at the end of this R, so it won't interfere. And this E needs to go down before the shoe. So those are fine. And even this hat comes before anything else. So what you could do is shift and move that blue up to that, and then shift and move that blue there, and then this G needs to come down before anything that's on top of it, so it can go down there, and the A as well, but I'd want the A before the G, because I like to go in order. However, if I was to add this into it, I would lose it under the black hat, so I wouldn't be able to do that one. But then I run through and I make sure there's no other colors that can't be joined. You hit Control J and join, and now it just joined all of those blues. So with all those blues together, when it stitches out, which you can watch, continuous or pause between colors. So then if you restitch it, it will stop it at each color, and you can see how it's going to go onto your machine, which is really neat, so that you can see, okay, now it just did all of that in that blue. So that's one less color, you know, a bunch of less color changes. And now it goes back to doing that, and then all of that, and then back to my shoe and that. So then you can kind of see what you can combine and what you can't, and then just undo what you can't. But see, like if I would have done that blue, that black hat would have went over it, so you can't do that. But it saved me a bunch of color stitches, and you can find other things to combine. Like you can combine, when it does this E, you can combine this N with it. And honestly, even when it does this gold there, you can combine it with that. Even though those look different, I think they're the same color. So then you can combine that. But like, let's say you have a bunch of letters like black or something, like you text out a name and you don't want them combined because you're still working with them or whatever. You just go every other one and you just change the thread color, so that they don't get joined together. I wish there was something where you could just join the ones you select, but it doesn't allow you to do that. One other thing I wanted to show you, if you open this cutting toolbar, you're allowed to select points and then cut one out. So like if I'm working with this blue, let's say I combined these all, and now I decided that I don't want these E and A with it. Sorry, I messed up. So you can select your blue, and then you can select all of these, and you can cut pattern, but you want to save them all. So you could remove the exterior, which would only keep this stuff in here, or you could remove interior, which would remove these, or you can save all. So that's what I did. And so now it moved these to the bottom, which I don't want, so I have to move these back up. But now they are a separate stitch. And then you would close. So now I just made those two separate stitches. And then with that cutting thing, you can also erase, which I don't ever use. Or you can split it stitch, which you have to zoom in really, 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 really closely. And you can select a stitch. We have to turn texture off too as well. You can select a stitch and then split it. And it never really works very well for me, but some people really like it. But there's that. And then if you don't know, texture makes it look like it's actually going to look. So I always keep that on. I don't think there was anything else I wanted to show you except fabrics. Since you're doing the applique, you could want to put in some fabrics. Sorry, I'm scrolling out. So when you select this, you can go to Tools, Fabric, or Control F, and you can set your fabric color, and you can put new ones in here. I showed like on the site, but I can show you. But you can put that in there, and if you check applique, it only goes inside where you selected, and if you don't, it will do the entire screen, which you don't want for this one. And then okay, so now it added that fabric in there, so you can kind of see what you're going to be working with and edit it so that you see. Like I'm gonna put a leopard print there. But you can then kind of see more of what you're working with, and it doesn't always work well. Their fabric feature is not very good. But, and then when you're done, center it into the center of the hoop. You can use these tools to change the thread that you're working on. I'm trying to think of other things that I've learned while I've been doing this. You can get rid of some of these by clicking on that and then removing them. So like if you never use them and they get in your way, you can also enlarge them. Yeah, I think that's it.